No one knows your story. We see this firsthand halfway through the episode when Rudeus starts to get yelled at by a drunken man in the bar, saying that he half-asses his work and the guy thinks that he is the worst of the worst because he does this. And Rudeus has his reasons. He tried to save people. He failed when the whole series ended last time and everybody got transported to all over the lands because of the devastating magical disaster that took place. And I've had times where people have yelled at me for saying that I'm not doing the right thing, or for saying that I shouldn't be here, or for saying that I had no right to do the thing that I did. And I just sit there. I just take it kind of like Rudeus does in this episode, where he's just like, yeah, I mean, you can say these things all you want. You don't know my story. You don't know what I've been through. You don't know what I'm capable of doing. All you do and all you see is this small surface level aspect of myself. And I'm relaying this story because there was this time when I was living in a small rural town and I had roommates and they didn't like how I was reading and I wasn't really involving them all that much, and I was just living my life. And she's like, nobody likes you, nobody wants you to be around. And I'm like, what are you getting at? And I remember just listening to her yell at me and say all these terrible things, and then she says this one thing and I just give her a look. I'm like, see, you're allowing yourself to be controlled by emotions, just as this drunk man in the bar was. He was upset at Rudeus because Rudeus was the one that ended up helping him, saving them from the creatures that were attacking them in the cave. The crazy part is Rudeus could have done that on his own, yet he was holding back. He was being weak, and we see this later when he goes out and saves Sarah after she gets kidnapped by this tree-looking creature thing and almost ends up dying as well. He goes out on his own and just walking his own path. He's doing his own thing. I did this all last week. I rode my bike for 7 days, 30 plus miles, just to see if I could. I didn't do it to prove to anybody that I could, other than proving to myself that I was capable of achieving a feat such as this. And now that I know that I can do something like that, it's like, well, if I could do that I didn't even think was possible, what else can I do? And I think the reason why a lot of the time that we hold ourselves back after certain situations is because we don't want to face that same failure that we once did. I know I've tried to save people, I've tried to help people, I've tried to create content for years now, and I never have really seen the amount of traction that I have right now throughout the channel. And I thank each and every single one of you that is watching this video right now, because I wouldn't be here. I would still be making the content if you guys weren't watching. I just enjoy talking about this stuff because I think our lives are very applicable to characters within anime series, and Rudeus being one of them. He is more powerful. He is one of the most powerful mages that I have seen in a series such as this, and obviously the people can acknowledge that as well. When you see him being recognized for the hard work that he's putting in from the townsmen, he's getting recognized for all the help, he's helping people out around town. It's like he's doing the right thing, it's just he's kind of half-assing his work. He's not giving his all. He's only giving the bare minimum just to get by. And when I give the bare minimum just to get by, like I did in school, I got B's and C's. When I tried and actually put in work, it was like A's. It was getting easy. It's the same thing with selling. It's like I can half-ass it and I can make my numbers that I need to. If I put in just this much more and I'm like just a little pinch of the fingers, just a little bit more work than everybody else, my numbers skyrocket through the roof. It's just too often we seem to hold ourselves back because we're worried of the consequences of what may happen and the views that others may have of us when we do succeed in ways that they never thought was possible of ourselves, because they don't believe it within them. So they see somebody else doing better than themselves and then they get angry at that person. And it's like, why are you getting angry? What's the cause for getting angry? It's like, I'm here to help you. If you want help, I'll help you out. All you got to do is ask. It's just, I don't think a lot of people ask, and people aren't willing to, I guess, look ignorant or dumb in certain situations. I've never had that problem. I approach strangers all the time, just ask them like, hey, how do you do XYZ thing? And they say, this is how I do it. I'm like, okay, cool, awesome, thank you. It's just, the cool thing is once you do step away from that and you realize it's like, okay, I haven't really been giving it my all. Kind of like Rudeus realized after getting yelled at, and sometimes we need those tough moments to happen, those tough conversations to take place for us to act. Because like I said, when he goes out in the woods, he takes out all these beasts like it's nothing. He saves her like it's nothing. He does all this incredible things, like it's nothing. So keep that in mind the next time you're wondering, like, where do I go? What do I need to do? Just do what comes natural, put in the work up front, and you'll see the success and the fruit ripen, and you'll be in a better place than you are right now.